almost had it. Guys, Joanne, can we get a chopstick situation? There's a friggin' Fly Lee in here. You know? We may have to have another episode of Bruce Lee. He's my student. He's my student. You know, I taught him everything he knows. You know? Back in the day, back in the future, Mark, you know, when I was doing it, when he was just a little boy, I was his sensei there in, you know, mainland China. I didn't do a racist thing. I just was there, white-faced, you know. They're like, look at Round Eye. Yep, that's me. I was Round Eye. I went out there doing it. Round Eye McGee. I went, aye. I said, listen, I got a little something for you, Bruce Lee. It's called the 1-inch punch. I did it with my finger, though. I didn't do my fist. I did a finger. They still talk about me. Round Eye. I think that's, you know, a compliment. I'm not really sure. I don't know. Guys, sometimes I'm not really sure. Like, I don't speak the language, you know, so I was like, Round Eye, yeah, I'll do it. You know, that must be a good thing. Yeah. Everybody was saying it, so I was like, yay, Round Eye, I'm doing it. They put me on their shoulders going, Round Eye, Round Eye. I'm like, yay, I did it, Round Eye. You know, gave me a statue. You know, greatest sensei ever, Round Eye. If you go to the Takahashi Hall of Fame, you know, for Bruce Lee's memorabilia, sensei, you know, is there. Round Eye. Everybody wanted to gather around and take a photo next to the statue of Round Eye. He's just maybe a legend at this point. You know? They're like, there's no way there was such a guy named Round Eye. The sensei. Doing it for Bruce Lee. 1-inch punch. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no. Round Eye McGee. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, your wheeze is obnoxious. You know, when you get the call, we got this kid. We want you. He's going to protege you. You know, what? Tell me about him. The kid's quick, very quick. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you if he's quick or not. Where are you going to be? Down at the Corner Street Gym. Show up at the Corner Street Gym. You're going to see this little kid. What's his name? I want to hear his name now before I bother going. His name's Bruce Lee. Sounds like a stupid name. I'll come down and check him out, though. Round Eye, out. You know, I showed up at the gym. Round Eye, Round Eye. I came in. You know, I'm doing high fives with everybody. Round Eye. That was the best, you know? Sensei Round Eye, you know, McGee. We won that year. You know. Statue. Takahashi. You got to go and check out the Takahashi Hall of Fame if you want to see the Round Eye statue and go take a picture with it. Send it to the Renaissance Man show. I will put it up. I'll making a deal with you. You go to the Takahashi Hall of Fame. You go take a picture in front of the freaking Round Eye Museum statue like this. And you got a picture like that. You send it in. I'll make it my cover photo for 2 months. Takahashi. Yeah, Round Eye. Look at, he's there. And remember the pose that I had is Round Eye. Whoa, like that. That was it, because I gave he was ready for the 1-inch punch. I was like, whoa, like that. And that's where you have to go with it when you're at the Takahashi. And you can get in front of it. So most people get in front of the hands, you know what I mean? And one person, somebody's like doing a high five with me. It was kind of funny, you know. Round Eye. I do a heck of a high five as Round Eye. When I was being, again, chanted in, they're chanting me in as Round Eye to go and check out Bruce Lee. I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll do it, but like, you don't have to chant me in. You know, just be like, hey, Round Eye, what's up? Why don't you take a seat? Bruce Lee's here. Who's freaking Bruce Lee? 4-year-old kid, lightning fast. Check him out. All right, where do you want me to sit? Right there? No, I'm sorry. I'm Round Eye. I can't sit there. It's just not appropriate for round. I mean, I got to be like right there in front of Bruce Lee if you want really to get my opinion on his talent. Oh, yeah, no, that's better. I'll go over there. What's that, Joe? No, Joanne, you're wheeze. Keep it down. We're watching a guy named Bruce Lee. Bro, Joanne's even there with Round Eye. She was a junior assistant at that time. Her wheeze was a little lighter, and she didn't have the humongocarditis going on, so she was able to move around through doors. Now, no good. She can't go through a doorway anymore. Anyway, guys, there's nobody better than Sensei Round Eye. Like, when they still, Hall of Fame style. Remember, make sure you're looking them up at Takagachi Uchi. And do it. When you take the picture, send it in. It's going to be the banner of the At the Brink show. You know what I mean? Come back from the brink. You come back from the brink when you see the Takagachi Hall of Fame. The photos. Everybody's dead at. You have to fight when you get there because there's like such a line. They're charging now. Yeah. At first they were doing it free and now they're charging. Round Eye. When you're there and you're Round Eye and you show up and you're like, guys, I was Back to the Future, Mark. You don't realize this? I went back in time. I showed up. I was Sensei Round Eye. When I got in there, they were chanting me in. I was like, I don't want this life to end. Went to 2769. They're like, brief us. Met some stupid little kid. 4-year-old. They call him Bruce Lee. You ever heard of him? They're like, yeah, he's the greatest of all time. Like, are you freaking kidding me? I was making fun of him the whole time. You guys didn't tell me I was going to see Bruce Lee. Like, he's good? What are we talking about over here? I neck chopped that little kid. You know? He thought he was quick. I had to just give him a lesson from Round Eye. He wanted to be trained. I'm sorry, sir. You can get mad at me for neck chopping Bruce Lee like I didn't know who the frig he was. You guys didn't tell me before. You got to brief me before you send me back in time to be Sensei Round Eye. That's the problem when you're dealing, with a future situation. Sometimes they want you to be surprised, Well, then that's on them, I neck chopped Bruce Lee. So, did it. Happened. I also taught him the 1-inch punch. Don't forget that. Sensei Round Eye by Menon. Don't forget your freaking speed stick. Right? If you don't go with the speed stick out there running around, antiperspirant. Guys, wow. When we're doing a live improv like that was pretty crazy. This is what I miss when we do that craziness. Let my mind just continue to keep going down the rabbit hole. I think it's funny. I was talking to someone the other day, like, it's so silly. This, it was actually my dad. I was talking to my dad, and he's like, it's it's funny, but like it's really silly stuff. I said, that's the whole freaking point. Stand-up comedy is continuing the bit. It's taking one thing and taking something like, oh, I'm there with Bruce Lee, and turning it into, they called me Round Eye. And all the freaking sudden we have a 20-minute bit about freaking Sensei Round Eye. And that's nuts. And it can't be considered racist because I'm white and I'm calling myself Round Eye because I am freaking Round Eye. I have round eyes. What are you talking about over here? Oh, goodness. But it's just silly stuff. It's so silly. And that's the whole point. A couple minutes to break away from the world, laugh a little bit and get into some real old school SNL type stuff, Like that's the way I see the comedy that I do. I don't know if it's anything that's appreciated, because I kind of see it as like almost like an Andy Kaufman type of thing. Like I'm doing whatever the frig I want, man. Don't tell me what's funny. I never took classes. I never went to comedy school. Never been on stage before to do stand-up. This is what I do. I don't know. I'm going to go start doing stand-up, I think. I think I got to go up and do an open mic. Do some impressions or something. I don't know. I don't have a script ever. I'm just going to go up there and maybe do what I just did. I don't know. Sensei Round Eye. Excuse me, sir. You want to join the class? We have an opening, Most people are trying to pay big dollars to be a part of Sensei Round Eye's clinic, where I teach you the 1-2 Magoo and neck chop style. Bruce Lee, 1-inch punch. Round Eye. You know, but if you don't want to do that, sir, you want to sit there and drink your Jack and Coke, that's on you, you know? Like, I don't know if that's funny or not, but that's what I'd probably do if I was there and, and I saw someone sitting there in the front drinking a Jack and Coke. How's everybody doing out there? Thank you so much for sitting around and watching a little of my comedic mind work. I don't know if there's any other stream of consciousness shows like that where you just someone's letting their mind go nuts, and lots of facial expressions on this show. If you haven't figured that out yet, I've always been a facial expression guy. You know, I like to make funny faces based on silly things that go on in this world. And that was a lot of fun. It really was. Round eye. I don't know if that's offensive or not. Is that offensive, guys? It's like, I have this thing, like, I feel like pushing the envelope a little bit is what makes it funny. I don't swear on this show. So, like, to do something like that and poke fun at stereotypes, like, why can't I poke fun at stereotypes? I don't get it. Guys, it's been a solid show, I do have to say. And I feel like when we get together and we have a moment of positivity, we write a song, we do a piece of comedy. It's kind of the perfect show, isn't it? I've often said that to me, the perfect movie is one that has every emotion. This show, I've laughed. I've laughed very hard during this show, just talking about certain things. And even not laughing, I'm laughing inside at some of the stuff I was saying and doing during that bit. And to me, that's the thing I can't express because I'm trying to keep character. But when I'm saying certain things there, I am laughing in my mind so hard, and I can't wait to watch that back because I'm visualizing what I think it looks like when I say it. But when I actually watch it back and see some of this thing, some of the things what I'm doing, I'm looking up, I'm like, round eye. You know, like that is the craziest thing in the world. And for me to watch that back, I am going to cry with laughter when I see that. But this episode, I also freaking cried in the middle of the song. So I felt the ultimate of emotions tonight, all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom, in between, all around. And that is a perfect show. That is what we need to strive for when we do this one show a week here. And I hope you guys are excited about what we've been doing here with this 10 minutes a day. I think it's a lot of fun. And it's going to be a little different from time to time. I was thinking about it. At the Brink may just be me showing up and playing a song real quick for 10 minutes. It may be me showing up and doing what I just did about Round Eye for 10 minutes. It's going to be a 10-minute message, a 10-minute piece of fire in some manner. And I hope you guys will come back and check it out. And we can't do longer than that because YouTube hates it. YouTube hates it. I want to ask you guys if you'll do me a favor. I truly believe sometimes the very best thing that you can see when you do tune into me is the last thing I say. And based on the analytics, you know, they tell you the average. The average that people watch the 10-minute show is like 5 minutes, and that's on a good day. If you could do me a favor, I want to try to test the algorithm. I want to see if we can beat the algorithm, see if it's even possible. If you could please watch those episodes from beginning all the way to the end. Leave a comment, like it, and share it with yourself if you have to. Whatever. Share it, though, if you can. And let's see if anything happens. Because Mr. Beast said that's what YouTube cares about. They only care about watch time. They care about push through. So when you see anything that pops up, oh, Mark put something out, please click on it. Please watch it. My shorts are 30 seconds long. Because all I'm trying to do, especially now is at the Brink, is trying to just inspire people to find the greatness in themselves. Like, there is nothing stopping you from finding greatness except for your fear. And sometimes it's fear of success. Some people are actually comfortable in the life that they're living, even if they don't necessarily want it, they sort of do. You have to have the courage to fail, because failure is going to give you perspective and perhaps more of a redirection if you're willing to keep going. Don't quit. Look at me. I almost quit on day 1,378 in a row, just 7 days ago. And instead, I redirect At the Brink. If At the Brink gets this family, watching from beginning to end when they're 6 minutes long, the one I dropped yesterday was 7 minutes on the dot. If you guys can't go watch that full 7 minutes, the last 35 seconds is fire. And again, that's the crazy thing. It's like, you got to get to this like crazy, it builds just like the comedy. When I'm speaking to you, inspiration is flying out. But the last minute when I'm like, oh, I got to say goodnight now, is when something ridiculous comes out. And that's why it's like, get through the 6 minutes for that 7th minute when I realize I have to say goodbye to you guys. And when that happens, something real comes out again. And usually that's the best message. And usually that's that one that I dropped a little, 30 seconds short or whatever. It's like, wow, that was that last 30 seconds of the show. So, tomorrow, fam and friends, when we do it all over again, it will be for 10 minutes. It will be for a moment in time. And I hope you'll come and join with me. This is all developing in the moment, and like I said, you have to be willing to redirect. You have to be willing to say, no, I won't quit. And this isn't failure. This is just redirection. I happen to create a show that's 20 years too late. 20 years ago, people had the ability and almost the interest to want to go someplace for an hour, to spend a full hour, 2 hours there every day. Wow, that's every day? Yeah, I'll go. What's tomorrow? Music and some comedy? What was the next day? Some inspiration tonight. We don't know. It's usually whatever the freak happens in the moment. But the point is, I'm excited about that. I don't know. When I don't know what's coming. Like, that's the best part. So I'm going to keep showing up and trying to keep it short for you guys. But for now, we had a really awesome night. Guys, I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for kicking in here tonight. If you can, head over to YouTube and subscribe over there. That is very much appreciated. That is where we've been live for 1,384 days in a row. We're 16 days away from 1,400 days in a row. And on December 31st, 2022, I will officially have been live for 5 years in a row every single day. It's the longest running show on earth. If you could give me a follow and a share, I'd appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow. Until tomorrow. It's Mark Pyers. And it's Renaissance Man. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. You got to go away, yeah. See you tomorrow.